Welcome to the weekly Oracle Wisdom. My name is Natalie, and we are going to have a look at what the Oracle cards have to tell us about the energies for the week ahead. Now, for those of you that haven't seen, I am releasing a daily video. At the moment, I am planning on doing it through the end of July. I wanted to see how you guys like it. If you do like it, I will keep it coming. And if not, we gave it a shot and it was a fun month. Okay, so we are in the middle of the month, middle of July. So if you watched the monthly Oracle Wisdom, it's often a good time to go back and just rewatch whatever pile you had selected to see if the month is playing out that way for you. Maybe there's a new message for you. And of course, if you haven't had a look, go watch. It is pick a pile, so you can pick the reading that based on the crystal that resonates with you, or crystals, and then you can see if that aligns with the month that you've been having. Okay, so we have 4. I'm just going to pull 1 or 2 more. Hope everyone's doing okay with this energy that we've been having. It's been a lot. I feel like the world is very topsy-turvy right now. But you know what? We've always survived all of our worst days, and so we'll survive whatever is going on. Hopefully all these changes and everything are good for you, not challenging, but just if they have been, you're going to be okay. Okay, so we're starting with the Clarifying Life Situations Oracle, which is a MahrukhX deck. I have pulled 6. I don't know why that was the number I kept getting. So first card up is Helpful Change. You will navigate through change successfully by allowing the universe to assist you when you need it most. Assistance, ease, and facilitating. I love that that's the first card when I was just talking about the energies that have been going on. Then we have Encounter. An unexpected encounter will slowly alter the course of your life. Keep an open mind. Surprise, meeting by chance. Then we have Community. Good time to make new connections. The universe may send some beneficial alliances your way. Friends, your tribe, and socializing. Planning phase. Take a step back and plan the necessary steps to move forward so you may turn your goals into a reality. Strategy, researching, and plotting. Then we have Breakthrough. A significant breakthrough is near. Whatever you're going through is preparing you for this big break. Discovery, progress, and big boost. And then finally for this deck, we have Unlikely Source. Wonderful things can happen in everything around you, even from some of the most unexpected sources. Unexpected, unconsidered. So first up, I think this is a very social month. I mean, I normally like to start at the beginning of the spread, but I'm going to start a couple of cards in. So we've got this Encounter card and the Community card. So this is about being with your community, being social, and going out there and, you know, being seen by different people. It's about energetically connecting with other souls. And there are moments in our lives where we need to pull back and we need to be quite insular. And then there are moments where it's time to sort of reemerge into the world and be like, hey, I'm still here and this is all great. So with the Encounter card, I think that in putting ourselves out there, we are going to meet someone that can be really helpful to us in how we move forward. You know, people show up at the most unexpected times, and sometimes these people change the course of our lives. I know I've had it happen to me. I know I've been that person for other people. There was somebody I met in 2015 and we were only in each other's lives for, I want to say 3 weeks. And I had certainly thought it was going to be a longer time, and it wasn't for whatever reason. And when that sort of connection was over, they said to me, I knew the second I met you, you would change my life. So often these connections are karmic, and there is some sort of soul tie or karmic debt that needs to be paid out. And, but these are the people that come in and completely shift our world. The whole thing is, with that person that I just referenced, I have no idea how I changed their life. They never explained it. All I know is that I did. I have theories, but so just make sure you put yourself out there. If you're getting invitations to go places, and I'm not talking about to the point of burnout where you're exhausted and there's like you've got nothing left in your sort of social battery, but make the effort to go to different things and gatherings and being social, being there with other people. And I think you are going to encounter this person. Now, I talked at the very beginning about how the energy has been really wild. We have been hit with so many things that are unexpected and coming out of the blue, and things are changing. And I mean, this is Uranus in these very early degrees of Gemini. But you're going to navigate whatever is changing in your life in a really successful way. And I know that it can be really jarring when these things happen, but you're going to be fine. It's not going to be as difficult as you think or as you thought. And if you're questioning it, ask the universe for help. Speak to your spirit guides. Just have a moment and go, you know what? I don't know how to get through this. Ask for help and the universe will provide it. And maybe that's by sending the person that you need through to come and help you. Maybe it's multiple people. I've had a lot going on recently, and I have had to, as someone who's very uncomfortable reaching out and asking for help and sort of relying on other people and opening up to other people, I have been in a position where I've had to call people and say, hey, this is what I need, and I need to be really selfish right now, and I need to talk about all of this stuff, and I need to lay it out there, and this is where I'm at. And they have all come through in a way that I can't even explain, and I'm so eternally grateful for. So just know that that's all coming. The other thing is, you are in the planning phase of starting something new, whether it be a new chapter, a new phase in life, just your next step, your next job, whatever it is, you are in the process of starting to think about what it is you want to create. So you're not at that place yet where you're ready to take action and really sort of push forward. And we have to remember we're pretty much in retrograde season now. Things are moving backwards and, sort of slowing us down and making us revisit the places we've been, finish things up that haven't been finished, maybe getting clarity and answers around situations that we didn't have previously. But for you, this is about, taking the time to sort of map out what you want to do and how you think you can do it and how you can achieve what you need. Don't stress yourself out about the timing of it all at this moment. Just start figuring it out, because often the universe will then help you get to where you need to get to. There was a moment in time where I wanted to move from where I was. I was just done. And I have these moments in my life where I'm living somewhere and I love it. But there is a moment where I go, yeah, I'm done with this place. And that's it. And I remember at the time, I went out into my backyard and I was on the computer and I was looking at properties in the areas that I wanted to move to. And I had no idea how I was going to achieve that. And I don't even remember what the culmination was, but that was me plotting that phase. And then a little while later, the breakthrough came, whatever it was, and everything fell into place. I didn't think it was even a possibility when I first started planning and plotting and putting out to the universe what it was I wanted to create. But I did it and the breakthrough came. So just know that there is a breakthrough coming for you, and it is going to be significant in, moving things forward. And look, the breakthrough could come for whatever it is you're planning at the moment. Maybe the breakthrough comes for something else. but there is something that's going to crack open and allow you to start moving through. And again, I think that it comes back to these changes that are happening all around us. And I love when this card comes out, the unlikely source. You've got that lightning striking the water. It looks like you're not sure whether it's something emerging from the water or whether that's the reaction to the lightning hitting the water. But I think this breakthrough, and I don't know if the unlikely source is attached to this encounter you're going to have with someone. Like maybe the encounter is with someone that you just never thought possible, or it comes through someone that you never thought possible. Maybe the breakthrough is coming from the unlikely source. But I love when these random things happen. And again, I'll go back to Uranus in Gemini. I think that these moments in life where life can change in a second, and we often think about it in a negative way. With that being said, life can change in an instant in a really great way. You know, you get a phone call about a job or an opportunity or something like that that you have been waiting for, and that just changes the course of your life. So just know that there may be something coming out of the blue that you had no idea about. Be open to what's coming. All right, we have the Sacred Destiny Oracle. All the cards are face down at the moment because that's how they've jumped out of the deck, and I'm just pulling the last one. Okay, so first one out is security. And I think that security is a question for us at the moment as to whether we're feeling secure or not. And I think with being in a space where there is so much upheaval and so much change, it is very easy to feel very unstable and as if we're not on solid ground. So this may be a moment for you to sort of focus on, okay, how can I feel secure in this place where everything around me is shifting and changing and being really unpredictable? So there may need to be a focus on the things that you can control. What can I do to give myself that feeling of security? What can I do to give me that security blanket so that I feel stable enough to be able to deal with everything that's coming at me? And maybe it's just establishing a routine that's going to work for you. Maybe it's about figuring out a new routine and getting some new things in place for you. Maybe it's about changing your sleeping patterns. Maybe it's about embracing the change. And I don't know why I'm getting this, but moving furniture around. I feel like some of us will be rearranging our furniture to create more of a nest for ourselves and creating that safe space for us to exist in. Then we have the opportunity card. So again, we've talked about the planning phase and beautiful change and unlikely source and breakthrough. So I think there are opportunities coming through this month that are going to present themselves. And like I said, I feel like this, like these changes are actually positive, really, really positive. And then the final card that we have is the forgiveness card. And every time we get any cards about forgiveness, I always talk about forgiveness being for you, not for the other person. And I will die on that hill. I think that it's not about easing somebody else's conscience, if that's what it is, but it's also about forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself for maybe making decisions that if you could go back in time, you would change them. Forgiveness of the part you think you played in something. We all do the best we can with what we have in that moment. Is it always the greatest sort of thing we should have done? Maybe not. Sometimes it is. Other times with hindsight, we look back at things and go, wow, I would have done this so much differently. Sometimes when we have that information, we go, wow, I really screwed that up. But we have to remember that we are human. we are doing the best we can with what we have, and that everything plays out as exactly as it's meant to. So I think this forgiveness card is, as we're in retrograde season and we're revisiting things from our past, whatever area of life this is bringing up for you, I think that if there is somebody else that has done something or behaved in a particular way, you don't necessarily need to reunite with somebody if they sort of come back in, but it's time to let the anger go towards them. Maybe it's time to hear them out in a calmer place and understand that their experience was very different to yours, and maybe there is a perspective that you didn't think of, which maybe could have been thought of and would have made things a little bit better. And then, of course, being gentle with yourself and forgiving yourself if you feel that you played something the wrong way. Okay, and we are finishing with the Rainbow Oracle. I love this deck. This is Jasmine Safi. Oh, okay, I was going to pull one, but we are pulling two. So the first card out is Sacred Self. You are powerful. Live your life from a place of fullness and honor your perfect wholeness. See, to me, this is perfect that this has come after the forgiveness card, because this is about understanding that you are perfect as you are. You are a perfect, complete, whole being as you are. And it's about honoring who you are and living life to its fullest potential. That is saying yes to the opportunities that are in front of you. It's about not living in the past. It's letting go of those weights that are dragging you down. It is about embracing the change and embracing this weird and wonderful journey that can at times be painful, to experience a full spectrum of emotions and do the work that our souls came here to do. Then we have Universal Child. Within a child's eyes lies a universe where innocence is guided by love and trust and has no boundaries. And I think that we have to remember at times to go back to that childlike innocence. And, you know, when we're kids, we have these incredible imaginations, and so many children are connected to spirit and see things that defy logic. When my mum passed, my oldest nephew would talk to my mother, and he would walk up to her. They had an incredible connection, but he would constantly be chattering away, and we thought he was talking to himself. And we'd say, you know, who are you talking to? And he'd say, Bubba. I'd go, okay. And we'd all sort of look at each other. And one day he was getting really frustrated with us because, or he was getting really frustrated generally. We were at my mother's grave. We were celebrating something, and he kept walking up and handing a flower to a space where there was nobody there. And he was getting really frustrated and we assumed because he thought somebody should have been taking the flower. We finally realized we were standing in a circle, but we had left space without consciously realizing what was happening. And there was this space for one human to stand. And we legitimately believed my mum was present and my nephew could see her. And a lot of kids do things like this. There are so many stories about kids talking about their previous lives and their connection to their parents or their siblings, or a miscarriage that the mother had that this child knew nothing about. Like, there is this connection. And as we get older, you know, we're told to stop being silly, and, you know, the connection to spirit kind of wanes a little bit, because children are sort of brushed off so frequently as if it's not a real thing. And when they're playing and it's a time when mum or dad are busy and don't have time for the games, like, stop doing that, stop that you're being silly, and don't do that. And we have to remember how magical it is to be that young, to be that innocent, to see the world as this beautiful, grand place, to have that incredible connection to spirit, and to have the imagination where anything is possible. And this is your week to sort of tap into that childlike energy and be able to view the world that way, to reconnect with spirit in that very childlike, innocent way, but one that feels so real and present and divinely connected. I hope this reading resonates with some of you, if not all of you. As I always say, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Not every reading is for every person. Make sure you've watched the July monthly reading if you haven't already. And of course, go and check out the dailies. Let me know what you think, and I will see you for the next one.